I just asked two couples, I said, since the proliferation of carnival, drink, drugs, all of these things, would you say, and pop idols and idolatry, would you say it has benefited your institution, the police? It's become bigger, stronger, and it has usurped the authority of the Malaysian military. The couple said to me, definitely. So basically what he's saying to me is this is an alien culture invading our country, and Jesus says in the Bible, Jesus has taken on the course that is the law and becoming the course himself. So as a society gets more corrupt and gets more, you're supposed to be sober and be vigilant. Now this is making the police state bigger. So this is corruption of society, what we're seeing right here. So eventually the police will come out with guns and rubber bullets, and they will be bigger and stronger because of the iniquities of the foolish and perverse generation that we see here before us today. Look around. Now, Jesus, you don't want to mess with him. So if Jesus becomes the police state, he's going to deal with all the evil, wicked people who are corrupt. And the whole lot of them. So people are standing there when they're saying, big up Grenfell Tower. You don't say big up Grenfell. You don't say big up Auschwitz, do you? People died there, a terrible tragedy. You don't big up Auschwitz, where people died and burned in gas chambers, and people died and they were burned. Nobody knows what happened in Grenfell. Nobody knows if it was an act of malice or an accident. They're saying it was an accident. They're not going to tell the people it was malice, because they'll go off their heads and flip. And then the big strong police force will come out and deal with that matter. So there's something actively come from abroad, Egypt, somewhere from Egypt, black magic, that's turning every one of the young women and children corrupt, and it's only going to fall back on you. So it's a military. Jesus runs things with the military when the angels are the military. When you see a police state there, law, that's leprechaun course that is. And Jesus becomes that course. If you become corrupt, Jesus will deal with you. My family were the ones who brought a police force in to deal with the pagan Vikings, because they were shouting curses and spells and idolatry at my family. So they had to convert a lot of them into Christians and put them in front of my family at the Battle of Clontarf. So the spells and the incantations, no weapon formed against me shall prosper, weren't able to have an effect. Can you people say the same about what's going on down there in the carnival? The carnival is an alien thing. They're stealing the God's glory, because I heard one girl say, oh, he looked at me because she seen some fella that was quite famous. That's stealing God's glory. That's idolatry. That's not good. And they would do well to remember, good girls and good boys have more fans in heaven than they'll know till they get there or they come and visit them. But when you do stuff like that and big up the police, you don't want to be living in a police state. All this is doing is giving them the authority to take away your civil liberties, which my family and a lot of other people fought for thousands of years against the pagan tribe of Dan to free you from that tyranny. You know? So now they're all walking down here half naked and whatever else is going on, and they're not producing the Lord's inheritance. What they are producing is a place for these people that they idolise to bury their willy and their sperm periodically when they feel like it. A nice warm wet place for them. Some of them are stinky and some of them ain't. Oh, daughters who, the flowing valleys and all of that. That's what's happening. They're not producing anything except lustfully desires, which is only going to bring the wrath of God down on your heads. And the angels, that makes God cry, and when God cries, the angels get very upset.